Hey, toy lovers. I'm Scott Toy Guru Neitlich, or at least a reasonable Lego facsimile of him, and I wanted to talk in a serious manner today because a toy line that's really beloved, by me in particular, and by a lot of you, is gone from the toy aisles again, with barely almost like a year, maybe a season. And what I'm talking about is the good old, boys downtown in the firehouse. Who are you going to call? Well, you can't call the Ghostbusters anymore because they're not at retail no more. And I wanted to talk about that because it's a line that's near and dear to me, and I worked on a Ghostbusters line. No, I mean,
If you consider failure experience,
okay, well, that's because we didn't try to get our line at retail. We sold it online, where a collector line will thrive. There were some limited retail releases, but it's kind of, it's part of what we're going to talk about today is why Ghostbusters has a trouble time at retail. Now, a few years ago, we were all teased with awesome look at Ghostbuster line that was going to be coming to toy stores very quickly. And then we had 3 years of hiccups with that little thing called COVID. Oh, crud, I just said COVID and hiccups in 3 years. People are going to say that I'm saying that COVID gives you 3 years worth of hiccups. Crap. Can we, redact all that? I mean, I'm going to cancel me again. I can't stand this. All right. We'll just get a message from the top brass. Let it be known that officially here on the ye old Spector Creative channel, we in no way say that COVID will give you 3 years worth of hiccups. We are no longer able to answer any questions about this subject because we're on vacation, but I promise you our stance is pro-hiccup, anti-COVID. Hiccups good, COVID bad. Yes. Okay. I think we can carry on with the rest of the video and avoid cancellation now. So, Hasbro, big toy line coming, delayed slightly, got some stuff, movie came out, and now, poof, kind of gone. There was stuff for everyone. There was stuff for the kiddies. There was stuff based on the classic stuff for the kiddies. There was stuff based on the new stuff for the kiddies when, the movie finally came out. We had collectible figures, 6-inch, highly articulated, Build-A-Figure included, first ever Gozer the Gozerian since, well, I guess NECA did that, but that wasn't as articulated. Okay, second ever Gozer. Plus, Kenner-style figures. I mean, big splash at retail, big reach to create as much peg space as possible, and yes, doing retro figures is a great strategy to do that, because it was all about prepping for the larger movie launch. You start with something small, and you work your way up to a bigger statement. Mattel did this, just like Hasbro here with Ghostbusters. Mattel did it with Masters of the Universe, starting small and adding lines. So Ghostbusters was set up for success. We had a new movie. We had cutesy stuff for the kids with little ghosts they could nab and they could, see themselves as the kids. And for the adult collectors, we could get a spoiler-filled CGI Harold Ramis. Oh, yeah, I saw this on shelf before I saw the movie. It was spoiled by the dang package. You want to go windowless? This is what you go windowless with, Hasbro. Stuff like this. That's a perfect option. All right. Anyway, so while the Ghostbuster line did really well while the movie was ramping up and based on nostalgia, well, a couple months later and you look around at your local Walmart or your local Target, well, maybe yours has a few. Mine does not seem. It seems like this is now a line that has itself gone into the afterlife. Oh, I'm making bad puns about movie titles. All right. Well, the point being is this isn't the first time Ghostbusters come to retail, and obviously the brand has had success in the past. It hasn't been like a DOA brand the way other things have been, and we can talk about that in other YouTube videos. No, this one was fully fueled and ready to go with a very toyetic key vehicle, signature weapons that had light up transformation effects, perfect for roleplay. Ghostbusters does feel like it just fits very well. I mean, you've got a basic suit, you can be a member of a team, there's diversity, there's everyone's included is sort of part of it. I mean, I guess unless you're dead, although Slimer was dead. I don't know. I never understood the whole Slimer. We're going to get into a whole thing. Point being is it spanned the whole realm. You had kids aim toys, you had collector aim toys, you had kid aim toys of the old guys, and you had collector toys of the same exact old guys until you got collector toys of even older versions of the old guys. And I'm so sick of seeing all my heroes get old. Stop making Indiana Jones movies already, or just recast it like they do with James Bond. Ugh, I'm making like 12 videos at once here. All right, so yeah, they even did dead guys, with CGI again, that spoil movies. Stop spoiling movies with toys. All right, so this isn't the first time Ghostbusters has even been at retail in the last 10 years. When we did Matty Collector, we had very select items like 2-packs for the 30th anniversary, but exclusive to Toys R Us, which had a lot more shelf space. And then when the 2016 film came out, I was not at Mattel, but I was so excited to see this at Walmart because these were the Matty Collector figures with less deco, and that was actually the entire point of doing them. I was trying to hedge my tooling on my future P&L because I assumed I was going to be working on the Ghostbuster movie, which I probably would have if I was still at Mattel. And I was purposely planning on putting these in the line to pad the tooling so I could over-tool in other places and get sort of tooling credit for figures that didn't need tooling or very minimal with that new base. So I was so excited to see they did what I had planned without me even having to leave a note. Like, they figured out that was kind of set up. So I was so excited that that actually happened. But again, limited release just at Walmart and for the 2016 movie, which we know didn't really have many other toyetic qualities, not to mention audience qualities. What can I say? It is the seesaw that is the toy industry. People rotate, new people come in, and brands keep going. It's like the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting different results. I put this up one time before, and I talked about it being an Albert Einstein quote, and people were in the comment section saying it's not Albert Einstein. I don't know. I mean, I guess unless it's like, Adolf Stickengruber or anyone else who said it, it's brilliant. All right, so what about the 1980s line and why that was so successful? Is it because it had giant toilet monsters that ate you? 100% yes. But it also had something that the new lines do not have, and that is weekly animated content. I can't say it enough. It's why G.I. Joe, He-Man, Transformers, Strawberry Shortcake, Rainbow Bright, sorry, when you say one thing and mean your mother. I mean, the Ghostbusters movie was not exactly super kid-friendly. I mean, it was, but it was not behind the success of the Kenner line. A lot of people, they think back, and it all blends, and especially as adults, we cosplay, we make the brand. That guy is not Venkman. I'm sorry. You are not Venkman. You should have you put your own name on it when you cosplay, right? Isn't that the rule? I don't know. It's what I did with my Ghostbuster outfit. Yes, I have a Ghostbuster outfit. All right. But the point being is, as adults, we get into it in this way with extremely expensive, cosplay things, PKE meters, proton wands, traps, the whole 9 yards. But for kids, we're looking at it through a nostalgia lens. And I mean, Ghostbusters tends to have a lens for anyone these days. I mean, anyone can make Ghostbusters their own. What can we say? Wait a minute. Wait, that's not Venkman either. Oh, God. Oh, I'm on my way to being canceled again. All right. So the animated series, yes, that was a huge reason for the success of the Kenner line, but it was also because of the themes. And see, I'm not the only one who has, sexualized Ghostbusters, so stop blaming me for things that everybody does on the internet. Oh, good grief. Now, while not every animated Ghostbuster series has been a hit, the Kenner series was the right series in the right place at the right time, and it led to a huge amount of merchandise, which is why so many toy companies chase it today, feeling like it's a gold mine ready to rehatch. If it worked before, why won't it work again? And the thing is, it's because of the unique play pattern. And the movies, while they have this, it was the animated series that pushed this. So what is this play pattern? Well, play patterns in general are things like card play or doll play, but in this case, it's conquering your fear of ghosts. Yes, it's completely legitimate, and no other Toyland really seems to capture this. I've actually mentioned this in Ghostbuster videos before, but yes, the whole idea of ghosts or even, fear of the dark is a very deep-seated psychological terror for children, especially when you have to go into the darkness. Have you ever heard of the nightlight industry? I mean, especially since they started showing The Exorcist to kids in 3rd grade as a mandatory part of the curriculum, kids are seeing the dark as a place where monsters can lurk and the unknown. And the Ghostbuster line from Kenner took this by the horns. Is that the right expression? Well, it went in full, especially with things like the fright features. This is a perfect example where being frightened of the ghost was what the toy could do, and then you could overcome that fear by capturing the ghost. That's the key right there, is you can have fear, But then you have the ability to conquer that fear, capture the ghost, put it in a trap, put it in the containment unit. If the light is green, the trap is clean, and you move on. These play features have been so popular that they were even redone in the Stranger Things line. And this is like reverse racism, right? Like all black people in the 80s laugh or have fright that way? All right, oh crud, I'm just going to I should stop doing these videos. It's just going to lead to the cancellation of my entire life. I'm just making jokes, people. Please stop leaving death threats. No, I'm kidding. That hasn't happened since I left Mattel. My comment section is lovely. I actually love everyone who comments. It's such a positive place, and I'm glad of that, because the internet should be a more positive place. All right, we should probably get back to the video now. So, yes, was the line successful because it had toilet monsters and giant eyeball thingies that popped out? 100%. Gross out humor is huge among the key demographic. But the most important thing of all was the Ghostbusters slogan, "I ain't afraid of no ghost," translates to kids as "I ain't afraid of the dark," or rather, "I am not afraid of the dark," to use the Queen's English. Oh, wait, no, the King's English now. We changed. All right, so, yes, that slogan, that concept of a child being able to take the darkness and overcome it is such a innate primal psychological fear that all children go through. Again, check out the nightlight industry is huge, and helping children overcome their fear of the dark is part of maturing through adolescence. So, when a line of toys comes along that allows children to act out and conquer this fear, that actually helps in the conquering of the actual fear, that you get psychological benefits from a line like Ghostbusters. It was a good line for kids to play with. Benefits, bravo to parents who bought your kids Ghostbuster toys. And, it's great that the classic toys were brought back by Hasbro, but without the power of an animated series and without the inability to restrain yourself from showing spoilers in toys, Ghostbusters just isn't going to work at retail. It's a hard sell outside of the adult collector market, which is why online brands that can sell it, if Hasbro can continue this through like Hasbro Pulse, that would be awesome. And then I can stop sending death threats to hell. Shoot, you can't say you want to send somebody a death threat on YouTube. There's like nothing you can do on YouTube now that doesn't lead to people asking for you to be canceled. Do you realize that? It's like 100% certainty. All right, well, that's the take on Ghostbusters. I hope it was enjoyable, and if you like this video, please do share it and join in the comment section. Leave a comment below. I love interacting with you there, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for supporting the channel.